A variety of music. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Rain, snow, tornadoes, high winds, flood warnings. We're seeing it all across the nation this week.
In Florida.
So it looks like that prefrontal tornado threat is mostly over.
The Walton County Sheriff's Office says high winds and tornadoes blew off the roofs of homes. One person died and 2 others were critically injured after a suspected tornado struck a mobile home park in Claremont, North Carolina, north of Charlotte. A possible tornado knocked down several old brick storefronts in downtown Bamberg, South Carolina, and in New York City. Officials evacuated nearly 2,000 migrants housed at a tent complex as winds whipped and threatened to grow as strong as 70 miles an hour. I'm Donna Warder.
A storm that began Monday buried cities across the Midwest in snow, stranding people on highways. House Republicans are trying to prove Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is derelict in his duty as he deals with the surge of migrants at the border. An impeachment hearing begins today in a House committee. The Pentagon spokesman, Major General Pat Ryder, is talking about why Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's hospital stay was kept secret for days, even from the White House.
Senior administration and defense officials were not told for days about this. Ryder says a review has started.
This review is going to help us get to ground truth in a holistic way, so that we can learn from it, importantly, but also ensure that we're doing better next time.
The White House Chief of Staff is ordering cabinet secretaries to notify his office if they ever can't perform their duties. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in the West Bank. He spoke to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas this morning, telling him, according to a spokesman, that the U.S. supports tangible steps towards the creation of a Palestinian state. This is AP News. Meta is talking about what it says it's doing to protect teenagers.
Meta says it will start hiding inappropriate content from teenagers' accounts on Instagram and Facebook. Meta says that while it already aims to not recommend such age-inappropriate materials to teens, such as posts about suicide, self-harm, and eating disorders, Meta will now also not show such posts in their feeds, even if it's shared by an account they follow. Teen users, provided that they did not lie about their age when they signed up for Instagram or Facebook, will also see their accounts placed on the most restrictive settings on the platforms, and they will be blocked from searching for terms that might be harmful. Meta's announcement comes as the company faces lawsuits from dozens of U.S. states for contributing to the youth mental health crisis and harming young people. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Gas is $3.07 a gallon this morning, down 2 cents in a week. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
They want you to change your name. Archie Leach doesn't cut it. Anything come to mind?
Cary Grant.
He was Hollywood's greatest leading man.
But Cary Grant is a character. Be very careful about how he's perceived.
Yet few truly knew him.
I have loved a lot of people, and everyone's broken my heart.
I'll never let you go, Archie.
Based on the remarkable true story.
You know what's wrong with you?
No, what?
Nothing.
Jason Isaacs is Archie, the man who became Cary Grant, now streaming only on BritBox.
BASF financing is so low, we can't even say the low rate without dropping a few octaves. 1.99%. See what we mean? 1.99%. To grow more, protect more, and command more. 1.99%. For all participating BASF brands. 1.99%. When you enroll before March 15th at BASF-grower-financing.com. Get one low rate to do the biggest job on earth. Go to BASF-grower-financing.com. Subject to credit approval. See program details for terms and conditions.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio source, looking at our forecast, it does call for some sunshine to be coming out a little bit later on today, but not quite yet. Still got lots of those gray clouds out there waiting for us. Eventually, they will clear out, and we'll have a high today about 44 degrees. Winds out of the west at about 8 to 15. Will eventually move to the south. Not quite there, not even close to being there yet, really. We will have those winds, as I mentioned, 8 to 15, but they could gust to 25. Then for tonight, clear skies low at 25, southerly breezes 5 to 15, moving to the west after midnight. We could still see gusting up to 25 to 30. Sunshine Thursday, high of 48. Southwesterly winds 5 to 15, moving to the southeast in the afternoon, and gusting up to 25. For Thursday night, rain is likely before midnight, much better chance after, 80% chance, as a matter of fact. low of 36. We will have breezy conditions with a southeasterly breeze at 10 to 15. Easy for me to say, right? And gusting up to 30. Then for Friday, that rain that we had all night Thursday is going to start to transverse into some snow. It will not be until about mid-morning, and at the earliest, more than likely, possibly even as late as the afternoon. But that snow will likely accumulate and continue after 3 in the afternoon and continue into Friday night to early evening. It'll be breezy. We'll top out about 41. Winds out of the northeast at 10 to 15, gusting at 25 to 30. We'll move to the west in the afternoon and be at about 30 to 35, gusting as high as 45 miles an hour. That chance of precipitation on Friday is 80%. Then for Friday night, cloudy, low and cold. Cold. The low will be 11. It'll be windy, putting wind chills probably near zero or below zero for Saturday morning. Sunny on Saturday, high of 25 and still breezy. Cloudy Saturday night, low of 4, and a chance of some snow Sunday during the day. Cloudy and cold with a high of 17. Currently here at KSMO Radio, it's 26 degrees. We'll call it cloudy still. We do have winds pretty much still out of the west to southwest at about 6 to 8 miles an hour. We'll do that. 86% is the relative humidity, and the pressure climbing 29.79 inches. It feels like 19 right now here at KSMO. And that's going to do it for a look right here at your hometown radio station. That quick look at weather. Got more weather still on the way. More complete full look at weather on the way. In the meantime, we got news next. That comes your way right after this.
This is Deborah Hobson, Director of Infection Prevention. To help prevent disease, wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. In turn, you can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Washing your hands frequently can help limit the transfer of germs that causes illness. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health, suicide, or substance use crisis, call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, trained crisis specialists will listen to your concerns, provide support, and get you the help you need. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. A message from the Missouri Department of Mental Health.
At KSMO Radio, it's 7:35. Time for news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. My name is Dan Stevens, bringing it to you here on KSMO and online at KSMOradio.com, your KSMO streaming Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube. As we mentioned, on January 10th, we start streaming it on all 3 platforms for news, so we hope you will enjoy that. In the meantime, right now at KSMO, let's get to that news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at 1340 and 95.7. A Denton County Service Unit of the Salvation Army would like to announce that they have successfully reached their Christmas Kettle campaign goal. The total raised was $35,000. Along with the monetary donations received this year, nearly 280 local children were adopted at the Angel Tree that was located at Walmart. The local Salvation Army Board would like to thank everyone who made monetary donations and or adopted an angel. They also extend their greatest appreciation to the dedicated volunteers that took time out of their busy holiday season to ring the bells at the kettles. The community's continued generosity will be distributed throughout 2024 to those less fortunate in Denton County. City of Salem Utility Committee will be holding a meeting tonight at 6:15 at the Salem Community Center at the Armory. At the meeting, the committee will review the financials, utility billing, discussion of the electric rate study, the agenda of the upcoming MMM-PEP meeting in January, and they'll hear work reports from city employees. The committee will also discuss utility policy updates and discuss outside city utility policies. The meeting of the Utility Committee tonight at 6:15 is open to the public. An accident happened in Laclede County at 5:31 last evening at the 118.4 mile marker on I-44 westbound that took the life of a Rolla teenager. According to the Highway Patrol report, a 2005 Chevy Malibu driven westbound by a 17-year-old female juvenile of Rolla struck a bridge pillar and the vehicle became disabled in the middle of the roadway. That vehicle then was struck by a 2024 Peterbilt tractor-trailer unit driven westbound by 41-year-old Adrian Rye of Lorena, Texas. Pronounced dead at the scene was a 17-year-old female juvenile from Rolla whose body was taken to the Shadles Colonial Chapel in Laclede County. Suffering serious injuries was an 18-year-old female in the vehicle, Linda Osborne of Rolla, who was transported by the Cox Ambulance to Mercy Hospital in Springfield. The 2005 Chevy Malibu was totaled and was removed from the scene by C&S Towing. The 2024 Peterbilt tractor trailer had moderate damage. It also was removed from the scene by C&S Towing. It was unknown if those two in the Chevy Malibu were wearing a seat restraint or not. And this is the Troop's second fatality for 2024, Troop I, and the second for the month of January. An accident happened Monday afternoon in Phelps County, 245 at 17895 Highway 8, according to the Highway Patrol report. An eastbound 2018 Chevy Cruze driven by a 17-year-old female juvenile of Steelville traveled off the right side of the roadway and struck a culvert. The juvenile suffered minor injuries and was taken by the St. James Ambulance to Phelps Health. According to the report, she was wearing a seat restraint at the time of the accident. The Chevrolet sustained moderate damage. It was removed from the scene by Miles & Sons Towing. An accident happened in Phelps County Monday afternoon at 2:30 on Route O, about 5 miles south of Rolla. According to the Highway Patrol report, a southbound 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross driven by 30-year-old Tiffany Jones of Rolla went off the right side of the roadway, then struck two signs as well as a telephone pole. Jones suffered minor injuries and was taken by a private vehicle to Phelps Health. The report stated that Jones was wearing a safety restraint at the time of the accident. The Toyota sustained extensive damage. It was removed from the scene by D&D Towing. And the Ozark National Scenic Riverways is offering a 3-day series of free fly tying classes at the Pulltide Visitor Center Saturdays in January. Prepare for the opening of trout season on March 1st by filling your fly box with hand-tied flies. Classes will be held beginning this Saturday and also on the 20th and 27th. The classes will run from 11 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon, and participants should plan to attend all 3 sessions, as each class builds on the previous one. The satisfaction of catching a wily trout on a fly that you made is priceless. The first class will include information on fly tying equipment, materials, and tying your first fly, the woolly bugger. This fly is effective for catching several fish species and utilizing techniques that can be used on other fly patterns. The second class will focus on the variations of the dry fly. This imitates the flying adult version of many insects that live in rivers, lakes, and ponds. And finally, the last class will focus on nymphs and streamers. Nymphs are the juvenile version of the insects that live between the rocks on the bottom of the river. Streamers generally imitate small fish, minnows, and darters. The basic techniques taught here will carry over to hundreds of other fly patterns. Reservations, though, are required, and the class will be limited to only 10. Reserve your spot or get additional information by calling 573-858-3397. Fly tying equipment and materials will be provided. Participants will be working with small hooks, sharp scissors, and feathers, and may want to bring a desktop magnifier and a snack or lunch. Pulltide Visitor Center is in the Pulltide Campground. It's located between Eminence and Salem off Highway 19. From Highway 19, follow the Route EE, approximately 4 miles to where it ends at the current river, and you'll find the campground right there. For other activities and information, go to the Ozark National Scenic Riverways Facebook page or visit them at nps.gov/OZAR. 7:41, we've got sports next when we come right back.
If you look close enough, you can see the hidden potential that lives within your fields. That's why an agro-liquid crop nutrition plan starts with the crop and identifies the precise combination of primary nutrients while focusing on the support of secondary and micronutrients, ensuring that every nutrient is working in harmony for your crop to reach its full potential, maximizing growth while offering lower use rates and greater overall efficiency. And with our comprehensive customer support and robust agronomic knowledge, you can feel confident that your precision crop nutrition plan is the right one to reach your goals. Apply less, expect more? Precisely. Find an AgroLiquid dealer and achieve more with less at agroliquid.com.
At the KSMO studios, before we get into sports, let's take a look at our cancellations. Again, all Salem and Dane County schools closed today. Salem R80, Oak Hill R1, Green Forest R2, Den Phelps R3, Northwood R4, no school. The Ozark Hills State School 61 in Salem, closed. B.W. Robinson School in Rolla, closed. The Dane County Head Start and Early Head Start classes today. They are canceled for today. And the girls' JV basketball tournament at Licking this week has been postponed. They will try to reschedule that tournament at a later date. Again, you can find the updated cancellations on our splash page under closures at ksmoradio.com, where again, all Salem and Dane County schools are R80, R1, R2, R3, R4, closed. Ozark Hills State School 61 in Salem, closed. B.W. Robinson State School in Rolla, closed. Dane County Head Start and the Early Head Start classes, they'll not be held today. And the girls' JV basketball tournament Licking postponed this week. We'll try and reschedule it, but no guarantees. There you have it. Look what's going on in the world of postponements. Let's get to that sports news as promised. Salem boys basketball Tigers are seeded third in the Houston Community Foundation Varsity Boys Basketball Tournament. That begins Monday at the Houston High School gym. Salem will play Monday night in the fourth game of the evening starting around 8:30. They'll take on Fordland, who is the sixth seed. The winner will play Thursday at 7 and a loser 7 o'clock Tuesday night. You can hear the game on KSMO Radio. Matthew Kachuk scored the hat trick as the Florida Panthers beat St. Louis Tuesday 5-1. Braden Shen had the only Blues goal as they'll host the New York Rangers Thursday night. Due to Lady Tiger basketball, that game will be delayed on KSMO until 9 o'clock. Missouri Tigers lost to the 6th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats Tuesday 90-77. Noah Carter led Missouri with 20 points with Sean East the second, adding 19 more. Missouri is 8-7 on the year. They're 0-2 in the SEC. They'll play South Carolina Saturday afternoon at 2 here on KSMO Radio. And that is a look at news and sports and cancellations, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO. It's 7:44, time for the daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Edward Jones Brokerage, been around for many years helping people with their investment needs. They can help you as well. Call 729-3831 or drop by 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, and the daily investment report. With our report this morning is Teresa Whalen. Teresa?
Teresa Whalen bringing you the daily financial market report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equity closed lower. The Dow closed down 158 points to close at 37,525. The NASDAQ closed up 14 points to close at 14,858. The S&P closed down 7 points to close at 4,757. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.02%. The price of crude oil was up $1.44 to close at $72.21. And the spot price of gold was up $1.70 to close at $2,035.20. For stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at $74.02, down 64 cents. AT&T $16.95, down 9 cents. Boeing $225.76, down $3.24. Dollar General $136.69, up $2.47. ExxonMobil $99.67, down $1.25. McDonald's $290.87, down $1.03. Microsoft $375.79, up $1.10. PepsiCo $167.17, down $1.94. Pfizer $29.40, down 18 cents. Procter & Gamble $149.30, up 61 cents. U.S. Bancorp $43.46, down 50 cents. Walmart $159.31, up $1.06. This has been today's financial market report brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash. Serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing, right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thank you, Teresa. And don't forget to join us again for our next daily investment report coming your way right here on KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. We appreciate you joining us right here on KSMO and hope you're going to have a fantastic day today. In the meantime, right now, that has been our daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Lee and Nash at 907 South Pershing. Call 729-3831. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, CDs, 401ks. I mean, there's a bevy of different things you can invest in today. And let them talk to you about the different types of investments that might be just right for you. Call them. Even do those easy CDs. That's pretty easy. You can get 6 months all the way up to many years. And the longer the term, the better rate you get. And right now, rates are pretty good. Check it out at Joe Brand and Lee and Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. Coming your way next, a full look at that weather. It's going to be a different kind of week and weekend. Let's put it that way. We got rain, got snow, we got super cold coming, and be prepared for it. Well, I'll just tell you about that. Give you a little tease. We'll get to it in just 1 minute.
And just inside of half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! I. He climbed the elevator, caught it with two hands, and flushed it on the way down. C. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins! This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball. The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks. The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield. Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
At the KSMO studios, before we head into weather, I'll tell you about Regine's. Of course, you know they opened here about a week and a half ago or so. And the French-American restaurant at 300 South Main Street in Salem had a real nice opening. Hope you had a chance to get down there and see it. But if you haven't gotten there yet, I understand that. It's a brand new place. Only so many people can get down there one time. Well, you need to go on by and check it out your first convenience. All the renovations that they have done, you need to see those. They really brighten the place up. Some new carpeting, beautiful new tables and chairs, and just some nice touches in there that change the atmosphere. While at Regine's, they also offer you a great atmosphere of a 10% discount if you're 60 years of age and older, and that's for seniors. Also, for military and law enforcement, you get that 10% discount as well. And little ones under the age of 3, they eat free. Now, if you haven't been by to check out their breakfast, I highly recommend it. Their breakfast buffet and plates, you can get it for $11.49. That includes not only all your breakfast food, but your coffee as well. So you can sit there, slowly eat your breakfast, enjoy it, and get refills, or eat it as fast as you want. Wolf it down if you'd like, and then come back and get more and more and more. If you love French, Regine's will soon be adding a French menu. They don't have it all done yet, and they've already got a nice American menu, cooked fresh daily order, but if you love French, be listening in. Regine's, they'll be getting their French menu. Regine's Restaurant's open 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon on both Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Sundays, from 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. You definitely want to check it out, and if you haven't yet, I highly recommend it. Regine's, 300 South Main Street, right here in Salem. Check it out. And don't forget, 10% discount for seniors, those on military and in law enforcement. Fantastic place to go here in town. Let's take a look at that weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area. Well, it's being brought to you by your friends at Healthy Dent County and the Salem Community Center at the Army. You know, Healthy Dent County Fitness Center is offering a basic training. No, it's not a military basic training, but it's basic training to get you more familiar with getting in shape in a very regulated, regimented way. It's held Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays all throughout the month of January at 6:30. Now, they realize some people can't make all 3 of those days. If you'd like, though, you can go per class. It's $5 per class. And if you want to take all of them, obviously it's a little bit too late to that. You could have gotten it at 50% off. But still, right now, $5 per class, you can still make a nice dent in that after holiday bulge sometimes we all get. We all get a little bit out of shape, too, because after the holidays or during the holidays, we got too busy with family and different things going on and shopping and that. No fads, no gimmicks. Knowledge, the proper form on how to do things, muscle engagement. Yep, you'll be doing a little bit of training, but it's basic training. It's teaching you how to do it the right way. And this program of fundamentals is going on again tonight at 6:30 and tomorrow night at 6:30 at the Salem Community Center at the Army. They've had a nice turnout. You're more than welcome to be a part of it. If you don't know enough about it and you want to find out more, call 739-1127 or email Susie Cahill, Susie, S-U-S-I-E, at salemcommunitycenter.org. Well, the upper wave will transition eastward across the plains into the mid and upper Mississippi Valley region, and with that will bring some gusty winds again today. And we should see a little bit of sunshine as well. Now, the low clouds will continue to clear out from west to east. Temperatures will respond back to the mid-40s in our area. It'll be slightly cooler in the far north where they still have some snow on the ground. Tonight, the winds, they'll diminish, and the upper shortwave will quickly exit to the east. A strong upper-level jet will continue to dig south. That's all along the west coast, which will start our next weather maker, and that will be starting Thursday night. Now, Thursday itself, the surface low pressure will be moving into the Texas Panhandle region with a tight pressure gradient, again, developing over the area. What that means, when you get a tight pressure gradient, you got winds. And those wind gust possibilities will be in the 30 to 35 mile an hour range Thursday. The upper divergence ahead of that trough and the strong low-level warm advection will begin to increase lift, and that'll bring in moisture to the area late in the day Thursday. That and that system coming in off of the west coast, it will all start to come together in our area. And the highs on Thursdays in the low 40s north, out in the southwestern corner of Missouri, 50s more than likely. Now Thursday night into Friday night, more transition. Showers and even some thunder showers could be possible Thursday night as that surface low begins to move into the area along the good upper-level synoptic scale lift. This will be ahead of that upper trough. Some instability does creep north into the area southeast of the I-44 corridor, which will continue with limited lightning risk, but the colder air should start to move in behind that low late in the overnight hours. That'll be a rain-snow mix possibility coming to the western parts of the forecast area by Friday morning. That rain-snow line will transition eastward all the way across the Springfield forecast area during the day, and that will be accumulating some possible snow from west to east. There's still a wide range of snowfall solutions that could transition through the day on Friday. When will it happen? How soon will it happen? How hard will it snow? It's going to make for a very tricky snowfall forecast. It'll be a wet snow coming down, but be prepared. It could be very, very slippery. Now, the first wave of colder air, which will make things even worse, will arrive in behind that low-pressure system with lows Saturday morning in single digits to the teens. The wind chills will be in the single digits below zero early Saturday morning. So all that snow and glitter from Friday night could become ice by Saturday morning. Now, an Arctic front is going to usher in the second wave of colder air Sunday. This is going to bring a chance of additional snowfall. Still a lot of different scenarios going on with the models, but we have a 40 to 50% chance of some minor accumulations of snow that could have some minor impacts in the area. The Saturday night lows will range from the single digits below zero to the teens, and Sunday's highs will be in the single digits to about 20 to 25 in the very far southeastern corner of Missouri. The coldest air of the season will be Sunday night into Monday. That's when locations will get below zero by Monday night, and all but the southeast on Sunday night will be below zero as well. Wind chills are forecast to be below zero at about 5 below to 20 below zero by Monday morning. Mild winter up until now. Temperatures, well, yesterday we topped out 39. 27 is the normal low. 27 was our low. The normal low is 24. 44 is the normal high. 70, a record high in 1890. Minus 11, the record low in 1982. We did get about a tenth of an inch of precipitation yesterday, mostly in the form of snow that melted. But we did have a little bit of rain initially, and it did have some intermittent rain during the afternoon mixed with some snow. So about a tenth of an inch. Month-to-date total here in Dane County is just a smidge under 1 inch. Normal for the month should be at 7/8 of an inch. Sunrise this morning, 7:21, 5:06 the time of sunset. The extended forecast for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. For Sunday, cloudy and cold, a high of 17 with a chance of snow developing in the afternoon. Snow showers will be possible Sunday night into early Monday morning. Cloudy and a low Sunday night of -6. That's not wind chill, guys. That's temperature. Chance of some snow showers early Monday morning on Martin Luther King Day. It will then become partly sunny and cold by the afternoon. Our high on Monday will be 12. Mostly cloudy Monday night. We'll have a low of -5. Again, that's just regular temperature. Then sunny and cold Tuesday, high of 19. That local forecast and current conditions, they're next when we come back in a moment.
The Healthy Dane County Fitness Center is proud to announce that they are now offering free memberships to those who have the Silver Sneakers program, which is a benefit available through many Medicare plans. Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading community fitness program designed exclusively for older adults. Getting started is as easy as calling the Healthy Dane County Fitness Center at 739-1127 to see if you qualify, or stop by and sign up at the Fitness Center office, take a tour of the facility, and start working out at no cost. Healthy Dane County and the Silver Sneakers program, partnering together for your well-being. Stop by 1200 West Trollo Road or call 739-1127 to get all the details. Healthy Dane County and the Silver Sneakers program, together for your benefit.
Well, the clouds will be hanging around this morning for a while. Gradually, they'll thin out, and pretty soon we'll start to see a little bit of sun trying to eke its way through. By this afternoon, it should become mostly sunny with a high of 44. Winds, they'll be westerly throughout the morning hours, but as we approach the afternoon, they'll eventually move all the way just directly out of south. They'll be around 8 to 15 miles an hour during the afternoon and could gust up to 25. Winds this morning at about 5 to 10 out of the west. Then clear skies tonight. Low at 25 with southerly winds 5 to 15, moving to the west again after midnight, and they could pick up to about 10 to 20 and gust to 30 miles an hour. Sunshine Thursday, high of 48. Winds southwesterly 5 to 15, moving to the southeast by the afternoon and picking up at 10 to 15 and gusting as high as 25. Thursday night, we're looking for rain to move into the area. Should do so before midnight, with showers and a slight chance of a thunder shower after midnight. Low of 36. It'll be breezy overnight Thursday night with a southeasterly wind at 10 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles an hour. The chance of precipitation Thursday night, 80%. Then for Friday, rain in the morning, gradually converting between 9 and 3 o'clock sometime in that frame. We'll start to see that rain transition into snow. That snow will be likely all we'll see in the afternoon after 3. Well, it's about 41, but that'll be at about 11 o'clock in the morning. It'll be breezy with a northeasterly breeze at about 10 to 15, moving to the west and gusting 25 to 35 miles an hour. Not even gusting. 25 to 35 miles an hour and gusting to 45. The chance of precipitation is 80%. Then from Friday night, it'll still be cloudy with a possibility of some lingering snow during the evening and a low of 11. You heard right, 11. It'll be windy Friday night, so wind chills Saturday morning will be below 0. Sunny on Saturday and a high of 25 and still breezy with wind chills not out of the teens all day. And then cloudy Saturday night, low of 4 with wind chills Sunday morning, expected about -6. At the KSMO studios right now, your hometown radio station, we do still have those gray clouds. That has not changed a bit. We do have 26 degrees. We're going to call it cloudy skies. We are also going to call 6-mile-an-hour winds that are more out of the west-southwest, and 85% is the relative humidity. The pressure, 29.80 inches. It's climbing, and it feels like 19 right now, KSMO Radio. And there you have it, Operation Weather Watch, a complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area, brought to you by Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. Remember, if you need the services of Healthy Dane County, they are there in the community center at the Armory. They still offer, those, obviously, your free Wi-Fi in their lobby area. And, of course, yes, they still have public access computers. Yes, they still do. A lot of people still go by, use them, or just use the Wi-Fi. And they have plenty of room, and you can kind of spread out a little bit there. Now, if you need rural addressing, they still provide that service. And they also do provide fingerprinting services. So if you need to get your fingerprints done, they're the ones you will go see. And so if you have a question or two about that. Also, don't forget about their incredible event center. If you need to plan something, special occasion, could be a wedding reception, it could be a family get-together, it could be a special event for your organization. Call them, 729-8163. They have done so many down there, and they do a fantastic job. But if you just want to have a birthday party for your youngin' and you want some bounce houses and have a nice kitchen and everything ready to go, along with tables and chairs, they're the ones to call, too. Your friends at Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory, where health, education, and the community all meet. It's 3 minutes after 8. Top of the hour time, brought to you by Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services here in Salem. And, of course, call Doug at 729-7508 to talk about your retirement plans. A member of Emeritus, Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services. We're going to give you these cancellations again. We'll not give you the schools again because that kind of be after the fact with the 8 o'clock time. So all Salem and Dane County schools, though, are closed today in case you've missed it or haven't been around or haven't tuned in. Salem R80, Oak Hill R1, Green Forest R2, Den Phelps R3, Northwood R4. No school today. Ozark Hill State School 61 in Salem, closed. B.W. Robinson School in Rolla, closed. The Dane County Head Start and Early Head Start, those classrooms are closed. And the girls' JV basketball tournament this week that was scheduled to be at Licking has been postponed. They will try to reschedule it, but you know how that goes. Updated cancellations can be found on our website at ksmoradio.com. It'll be on the splash page under closures. So you can always stay up to date that way as well. If you can't listen in, just go to that ksmoradio.com website. It's on the splash page. You'll see a nice little button that says closures. Just click on it, and you'll get exactly the same report I'm giving you right now. Where all Salem and Dane County schools are closed, that's R80. R1, R2, R3, R4. Ozark Hill State School 61, closed. B.W. Robinson School in Rolla, closed. And the Dane County Head Start and Early Head Start classes, they are closed today as well. Now, don't forget the girls' JV basketball tournament they scheduled for Licking. That has been postponed. Okay, here at KSMO Radio, we ask you to stick around. We have civic happenings coming up next. That's up right after this.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out, but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Every year, millions of people find a health plan at healthcare.gov during open enrollment. They enjoy more doctor visits, pick up prescriptions, and find the care they need. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 a month or less with financial help. Final deadline to enroll is January 16th. Healthcare.gov is here for millions like you, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Here at KSMO Radio, it's 6 minutes after 8, and time for our Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased. The Civic Record being brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and Southtown Furniture, part of the Ballard family of furniture stores. You know, they've been around a long time, since way back in 1922, and they're proud to have served numerous generations of Dent County families and surrounding area families who have come to them for beautiful furnishings, floor covering, appliances, and so much more. It's a great, great tradition. And why stop now? Go on by and check things out today. And if you haven't been by Southtown in a while, I highly recommend go on by and check things out. Check out the new different types of fibers that they have and different types of cloth and faux leather and all kinds of neat stuff. If you've not been around furniture in a while, you'd be very impressed with what they have. The different styles, the different types of sectionals and things of that nature, some with as many as 3 recliners, 2 that are electronic and 1 that's manual. You've got all kinds of neat things you can check out. Lift chairs, rocker recliners, wall-away recliners, just regular chairs, dining room tables. They've got everything you're needing, chairs of all kinds, also your accessories too. It's all in one location that you have to go to, 1601 South Highway 19. It's called Southtown Furniture in Salem. And you can call them if you have a question or two. Maybe you got a little bit of ice out there this morning. You don't want to try and venture out. I get that. 729-3422 is the phone number to call. Or you can go and do some streaming on the internet. Yep. If you do, you can go to SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com and just browse around and take a look the old-fashioned way, like the old Yellow Pages. Just take a look at that. But you get a chance to see a lot of neat, cool stuff. Check it out for yourself. Even an application for credit right there online as well. Southtown Furniture in Salem, truly where the bargains are, ready to assist you today. Jeffrey Allen Schrock of Salem passed away Saturday at the age of 16 at the St. Louis Children's Hospital. Jeffrey Allen Schrock's funeral services will be at 10 this morning at the New Harmony Church. Burial will be in the Salem Mennonite Cemetery. Jeffrey Allen Schrock is survived by his parents, Paul and Hannah Schrock of Salem, grandparents, Reuben and Carolyn Wicke of Alabama, and Moses and Eva Schrock of Ethel, Missouri, siblings Grace Ann, Justin Paul, Jason Lamar, Jeremy David, Ramaya Jolyn, and Rihanna Jeanne, as well as a host of aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins, relatives, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Jeffrey Allen Schrock, whose funeral services will be at 10 this morning at the New Harmony Church. Patricia Lucille Givens of Salem passed away Sunday, January 7th at the age of 77. Funeral services for Patricia Lucille Givens will be at 1 Thursday afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Visitation will be from 5 until 8 tonight at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Burial will be in the North Lawn Cemetery. Patricia Lucille Givens is survived by her husband, Roy Sonny Givens of Salem. Children, Deborah Griffith and husband Joe of Salem, Billy Parsons and Tina of Salem, Melissa Parsons and Riley of Piedmont, Missouri, Frank Parsons and wife Stephanie of Salem, and Tammy Arnett and husband Danny of Salem. Siblings, John Payne of Texas, David Payne of Salem, Carl Payne and wife Vicky of Salem, Mary Martin of Salem, Hazel Shaw of Salem, Richard Payne of Iowa, Leonard Payne and wife Donna of Columbia, Missouri, Dorothy Porta and husband Chuck of Lonedale, Missouri, Lisa Murgo and Tim Payne and wife Rhonda of Bonne Terre. Also surviving are a host of grandchildren and great-grandchildren and 2 new great-grandchildren. Memorials may be made to help with final expenses. Envelopes are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Patricia Lucille Givens, whose funeral services will be Thursday afternoon at 1 at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Dan Walter Halbert of Steelville passed away Friday at the age of 90. Funeral services for Dan Walter Halbert will be at 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville, with visitation from 5 to 8 this evening at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home. Interment will be in the Cherryville Baptist Church Cemetery in Cherryville. Dan Walter Halbert, survived by a daughter, Debbie Cully of Cedar Hill, Missouri, and husband Conrad. 2 sons, Myron Rastus Halbert and wife Sherry, and Mike Halbert and wife Joyce, all of Steelville. 11 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren. A brother-in-law, Bob Trask of Little Rock, Arkansas, and wife Lorene, and a sister-in-law, Sharon Trask of Potosi. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville for Dan Walter Halbert, whose funeral services will be at 1 Thursday afternoon at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. Ruby Evelyn Duncan of Salem passed away Sunday, January 7th, at the age of 81. Funeral services for Ruby Evelyn Duncan will be at 11 o'clock Friday morning at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel, with visitation from 5 until 7 Thursday evening at the chapel. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Ruby Evelyn Duncan, survived by 2 children, Lisa Norris and husband Ronald of Salem, and Scott Duncan and wife Amber of Salem, a sister, Donna Dees of Salem, 6 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren, and a host of nieces, nephews, extended family, and friends. Memorials may be made to the children's ministry at Grace Community Church. Memorial envelopes are available. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Ruby Evelyn Duncan, whose funeral services will be Friday morning at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. George Earl Regain of Licking passed away on Monday, January 8th, at the age of 81. A funeral mass for George Earl Regain of Licking will be Saturday morning at 11 at the St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Licking. Visitation will be from 10 in the morning Saturday until service time. Interment will be in the O'Malley Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home in Licking for George Earl Regain of Licking, whose funeral mass will be held Saturday morning at 11 at the St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Licking. Sandra K. Smith of Salem passed away on Monday, January 8th in Rolla at the age of 73. Funeral services for Sandra K. Smith will be at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation will be from 11 until service time Saturday at the chapel. Burial will be in the Boss Cemetery. Sandra K. Smith is survived by daughters Angela Hill and husband Marty of Kimberling City, Missouri. Veronica Lado and husband Joseph III of Salem. Yvette Smith and husband Troy of Bonterre, and Brittany Miller and husband Dustin of Rolla, 7 grandchildren and a great-granddaughter, as well as a host of nieces, nephews, extended family, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Sandra K. Smith, whose funeral services will be at 1 Saturday afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Susan Sentner passed away Christmas Day at the age of 67. Funeral services for Susan Sentner will be held this Saturday at 4 at the James and Guard Chapel in Rolla, with visitation beginning at 2 and lasting until service time. Susan Sentner, survived by her husband, Philip Roof of Rolla, children Julia Roof and partner Dustin Taylor of Rolla, Carl Kindle and partner Elizabeth Sperry of Rolla, Franz Kindle of Rolla, her sister Linda Dispiquali and husband Mario of Seattle, Washington, plus 6 grandchildren and other relatives and friends. Memorials may be made to the Russell House. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Rolla for Susan Sentner, whose funeral services will be held 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the James and Gar Chapel in Rolla. More of our Civic Record comes your way in just a moment.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Continuing with the Civic Record on your Wednesday morning, we want to remind you that the Shelter Workshop has announced that due to some construction work in their parking lot, the recycling bins beside the building will be out of commission through January 18th. They do have temporary bins in the parking lot in front of the building, and they would appreciate your understanding and patience. Again, the Scenic Rivers Industries, better known as your Shelter Workshop, has announced that due to construction in their parking lot, recycling bins beside the building will not be in commission. They'll be out of commission through January 18th. Temporary bins have been placed in the parking lot in front of the building. They appreciate your understanding and patience. The Penguin Paint Party that was scheduled for this Friday from 5:30 to 7 with Daniel Norris at the Creative Arts Center has been moved to next Friday, the 19th. Break up the winter boredom and paint some cute pumpkins, perfect for adults and kids. The cost for that will be $20 for adults, $10 for children. All ages are welcome, but children under the age of 5 have to come with a parent. A minimum of 6 people need to sign up, and no more than 22 will be allowed. Class registrations are on a first-come, first-served basis with online registrations. You can sign up at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website under Programs for all the activities at the Creative Arts Center. Again, that Penguin Paint Party that was scheduled for this Friday from 5:30 to 7 with Daniel Norris has been pushed back a week due to the impending weather to January the 19th. This Saturday night, Double Trouble Entertainment DJs will be performing out at the Eagles Club from 7 to 11, and you are welcome. Come on out and be a part of it. The Eagles Club is out Highway 32 West, just past the airport, and everybody, all are welcome to come on out and be a part of the Double Trouble Entertainment DJ from 7 to 11 Saturday night, the 13th. And you are welcome to head on out Highway 32 West, just a smidge past the airport, and you'll find the Eagles Club up on the north side of the highway right there. As you get past the highway department's maintenance area down there, it's not too far past that, and you'll see the sign for the Eagles Club. And at the Salem Nutrition Center today for lunch from 11 to 12:30, they'll be serving up pork loin, dressing with roll, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans with onions, and milk. The Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane, and it's open to all ages. Anybody, everybody's welcome to come and have a great meal. Check it out at the Salem Senior Center from 11 to 12:30. For those who are 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, the meal will cost you $7. In the Salem Nutrition site, inside the Salem Senior Center, 604 North McGrath Lane. If you have questions about the food, location, or maybe other questions about activities at the Senior Center, call 729-2373. 729-2373. Don't forget the menu can change without notice. That concludes the Civic Record. It's a program, church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio and your friends at Southtown. Southtown Furniture in Salem. You can stop on by, visit, browse around at 1601 South Highway 19. They're open Monday through Saturday. And, of course, we all know it's got a little slick out there in some areas. So if that's not a possibility today, but you have a need for maybe a washer, dryer, maybe a brand new refrigerator, maybe it's something else you're looking for, or maybe new bedding, new furniture, like a new rocker recliner or just a recliner, or maybe a wall-away recliner, or maybe that lift chair. Maybe you've gotten a situation where your ankles or knees or hips are just not recovering quick enough and you need some assistance in getting back to your feet. Hey, we all get there, right? And all have had that issue, whether it be through injury or age. It does happen. They've got them there at Southtown. Head on down to Southtown. Southtown Furniture in Salem. Part of the Bodar family of furniture stores serving you since 1922. It's where the bargains are. At KSMO, we invite you to stay right here. We got statewide news coming up from the Missouri Net. We also have coming your way a look at our Salem Nutrition Center's menu, AP News, Sports of Missouri Net, Agribusiness News. At about 9:10, we're expecting guests from the Salem Memorial Hospital from the pharmacy. I believe her name is Veronica will, but I'm guessing on that. Well, I'm not really guessing. But I don't know who this is. It's a brand new person. So we will hope that she will be able to make it. And then at 1 o'clock today, Jen Tracy, a representative, a person who's trying to go for the representative seat that serves our area, will be in to kind of introduce herself to Denton County. And we'll be talking with her about 1 o'clock today, right here on KSMO. We also will be streaming those interviews with the hospital, as well as Jen Tracy. And they'll be on KSMORadio.com. That's our Twitch account, KSMO Stream Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube. You can check it out on any of those live, or you can go back and look at them later if you so desire. You can maybe catch it live, do your work, or whatever. We understand that. They will be archived for your convenience. Okay, enough said there. We'll come back in just a moment here. KSMO with news up next from the Missouri Net.
Nothing slows my little girl down, except the stuffy nose. Mommy. That's why I use Sinex Children's Saline from Vicks. Sinex instantly clears mucus in everyday stuffy little noses with a gentle, ultra-fine mist designed for kids. Just Sinex? Breathe. Her stuffy nose is gone for now. And so is she.
Sinex Children's Saline. Sinex, breathe. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Have you seen Townscreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at Advanced Chiropractic, Jet Tires and Auto, Salem Bowling Center, and Terrell's Complete Auto Care, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Townscreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Townscreen in Salem.
And just inside of half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with two hands, and flushed it on the way down. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins!
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri's struggle is real when it comes to access to child care. St. Joseph Republican Brenda Shields says Missouri has a child care crisis. A state house committee is holding a public hearing today on her child care tax credit package.
94% of the counties in our state are child care deserts. That means that there is only care available for 1 out of every 3 children under the age of 5. We need to build capacity, and the state can't do it all by itself. And businesses say that they can't hire individuals because they can't find care.
The package would provide tax credits to child care providers, donors to daycare centers, and businesses who help to cover the child care costs of their employees. Missouri's cannabis industry remains healthy as the 1-year anniversary of legal recreational sales approaches. One reason it's booming is because all of the marijuana sold in Missouri is produced here as well. Jack Cardetti with Mocan Trade says that's because marijuana is still illegal under federal law.
We're talking about, cannabis being grown here in the state of Missouri, cannabis being turned into an edible or a vape or a tincture here in Missouri, and in one of about 205 dispensaries in Missouri are the ones that are selling that at retail. So all of it has to take place within our state's borders.
Cardetti says the requirement is also a big part of the reason why marijuana sales reached $1.2 billion during the first 11 months of recreational sales in Missouri. Missouri uses the death penalty on people who have committed the most heinous crimes, but that would change under a state House bill. Republican Chad Perkins from Northeast Missouri's Bowling Green is sponsoring a bill that would put an end to using the death penalty in the Show Me State. Instead, anyone who would have been sentenced to death would receive life in prison without parole. Similar bills have been filed for many years but have not gained momentum. And nobody won last night's Mega Millions drawing, making Friday's jackpot $187 million. The one-time cash payout is worth $91 million. This is Missouri Net.
RSV is a common respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms in the fall and winter. While most people recover in a week or two, RSV can cause serious infection in infants and adults over 60. The Missouri Immunization Coalition reminds you that RSV immunizations are here. This is the protection we've been waiting for. Talk to your healthcare provider about immunizations to protect against RSV. Visit moimmunize.org to learn more.
The Missouri Veterans Home is a long-term, skilled care facility. We are definitely different than most long-term care facilities.
The nurses and the help that we have here, they're just such wonderful people. And I really appreciate the kindness and natural people that they are.
Missouri's veterans homes are now accepting admissions. Visit mvc.dps.mo.gov.
Cold weather moving into the area has prompted the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to increase flows upstream on the Missouri River. Brent Martin reports.
The Army Corps of Engineers has issued a statement that it increased the flows from Gavins Point Dam north of Omaha from 13,000 cubic feet per second to 15,000. The Corps says the increased flows downstream on the Missouri River will lessen the chances of ice jams forming. It also will replace some of the water that forms into ice. The Corps plans to return winter discharges at Gavins Point to 13,000 once the possibility of ice forming on the Missouri River stabilizes. Brent Martin, Missouri Net.
The Humane Society of Missouri has rescued 97 Labrador retrievers from an unlicensed Southwest Missouri breeder. The yellow, chocolate, and black labs are getting health evaluations. The dogs are a mixture of adults and puppies. The animal shelter says the canines will eventually be available for adoption. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well-child visits as well as sick visits. We are happy to answer any questions that you may have. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health, suicide, or substance use crisis, call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, trained crisis specialists will listen to your concerns, provide support, and get you the help you need. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. A message from the Missouri Department of Mental Health.
KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley.
It's moving out today, that big storm that's been drenching the Northeast. It washed out roads, knocked down trees and power lines. Hundreds of thousands of people have no power. This after a day of tornadoes and deadly accidents in the South and blizzards in the Midwest and Northwest. Even Vice President Kamala Harris's aircraft had to divert because of the rain and high winds.
Vice President Harris's aircraft was forced to divert to a Washington area airport after encountering stormy weather Tuesday night as she returned from a trip to Georgia. Harris's press secretary says the plane was diverted from Joint Base Andrews to Dulles International Airport. A person familiar with the matter said the aircraft encountered wind shear as a powerful storm brought high winds and rain to the nation's capital. Wind shear is a sudden shift in wind direction or speed that can be hazardous during takeoff and landing. There were no injuries. I'm Norman Hall.
The investigation into why a piece flew off a Boeing MAX 9 jet last week is focusing on missing bolts.
Federal regulators extend the grounding of some Boeing jets after an Alaska Airlines mid-air blowout last week where the plane lost a door plug used to cover optional emergency exits. A key question, according to the NTSB, whether bolts used to help secure the door plug in that Boeing 737 MAX 9 jet were ever installed. Alaska Airlines and United both report finding loose bolts after the FAA grounded the jet, suggesting quality issues. The plugs are installed by Spirit Aerosystems, which has a history of manufacturing problems. I'm Julie Walker.
Is Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza genocide? The legal battle begins tomorrow at the UN's top court. Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis share the debate stage tonight. Just the two Republican presidential candidates. Frontrunner Donald Trump is skipping it. It's on CNN. This is AP News. Now to America's top priorities. The AP's Donna Warder.
The Associated Press and the Nork Center for Public Affairs Research conducted a poll in December in which Americans of various backgrounds largely agreed that the government should focus on the economy and foreign policy issues in 2024. But on some issues beyond the economy, views diverged. On the issue of immigration, 43% of Hispanic adults named it as a top priority for government action, as did 36% of white adults and 29% of Asians and Pacific Islanders. But only 19% of black adults said immigration was a top priority, and 1/4 of white and Hispanic adults said the U.S. should work on its involvement overseas, compared to 7% for both black and Asian and Pacific Islander adults. Donna Warder, Washington.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem.
Missouri Net Sports is brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Driving CMVs during winter is no joke. Always be cautious, be prepared, and be safe. Simple actions save lives. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Net Sports. I'm Bill Pollock. For a big chunk of the game, the Mizzou Tigers were hanging around at number 6 Kentucky. They were keeping it close, arm's length. They trailed by just 5 at half. You're kind of waiting for that big run. It just never came for Dennis Gates' team as they lose 90-77.
Thought our guys fought, but in that one stretch, we wasn't able to get a basket. We had the looks, the same looks that we got in the first half, the first 10 minutes of the second half, but those last 10 minutes from the 10-20 mark to 40 seconds, we missed about 13 straight shots.
Tigers dropped to 8-7, and they will host South Carolina on Saturday. The Chiefs and Dolphins will be playing their wild card game in single-digit temperatures, windy conditions at Arrowhead Stadium on Saturday night. Patrick Mahomes getting a lot of questions on how he'll handle the cold. I mean, he's dealt with winters in KC before.
But what could be better, man? Playing playoff football January at Arrowhead Stadium. It's going to be cold. I'd rather be playing a football game than chasing my kids around the backyard. So I'll have that little bit of the adrenaline rush, and I'm excited for it.
I mean, if one team was going to have an advantage, you would think it would be the Chiefs playing a team from Miami. I mean, it was 64 last Sunday for their home game with the Bills. 7 p.m. kick on Saturday night. The Blues gave up 3 goals in the third period, a 5-1 loss to the Florida Panthers. All 3 goals coming from Matthew Tkachuk. Now, he scored plenty of goals at Enterprise Center as a kid. His dad, Keith, was a member of the Blues. You know about that. Growing up, he certainly had a great time here in St. Louis, and a lot of friends watching him last night, including his family.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, not only family, like there's so many people that I was just like looking through the crowd that like I know or have run into before and just crossed paths with. But St. Louis is such a small town, which is one thing I really love about it here, and glad I was able to come through for them.
Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I mean, I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
If a baby is giggling in the back seat, they're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Thank you, Joey. KSMO Radio, your hometown radio source. Let's tell you what's cooking around over at Country Mart today. Well, they're not actually cooking. Well, yeah, okay, we can do that too. I want to tell you something. They always have a fantastic array of different values down there in the deli. And you can always check things out, like your 10-piece fried tender meal with a pound of mashed potatoes, a pound of Restor's coleslaw, and 4 dinner rolls, $15.99. You can also save on your favorite cheeses and deli meats down there as well. And, of course, they have catfish, chicken tenders, they'll have pork steaks, they'll burgers, all kinds of great food down there. So whether you want it cooked, whether you want the just cold meat slices and deli sandwiches there for you, you can get that too. You can get virtually whatever you need to down there in the deli to satisfy your hunger need. Stop on by and check it out for yourself. And while you're there, you may just want to go through the store and pick up a few things like your Coffee Mate liquid coffee creamer, $3.99. Also, your Bunny soft twist white bread at $1.79 a loaf. And grape tomatoes, a 10-ounce little carton there. Container, I guess might be a better term. Get 2 of those for $5. Stop on by, save when you shop today and every single day down at Country Mart, Highway 32, 72 East here in Salem. Weather-wise, the sun has finally made its way out. Yay! And whatever little snow is out there will melt off today. And by tomorrow, you'll never even know it was here. Until we'll go through it all again on Thursday night through Friday, and then it's going to get bitterly cold. So enjoy the sunshine today. High of 44. We will have a little bit of a breeze that's going to continue to come out of the south now. We've already started to make that transition. So the winds from the west are already starting to move south. And they could be today at 8 to 15 miles an hour, actually probably closer to 10 to 20 miles an hour and gusting up to 25. But we'll see. Right now they're still at about 5 to 10 this morning. And they haven't quite picked up yet, but the heat of the day hasn't gotten here yet either. So we expect a high of 44. We expect winds out of the south by rest of the day today. Out of about 5, we'll say 5 to 15 and gusting up to 25. That should cover everybody. Clear skies tonight, low at 25 with southerly winds still at 5 to 15. Then moving to the west after midnight. Gusts, yeah, they could happen. 25 to 30 miles an hour. Sunshine Thursday, even warmer than today. High of 48. Southwest winds will be 5 to 10, and then moving to the southeast during the afternoon and still gusting at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Enjoy that 48-degree day. You're going to wish you had it all weekend long, but you're not, and it's going to be cold. Thursday night, the rains will come in. It'll still be fairly mild for a rainy night at 36 degrees during this time of year. It will be breezy with southeasterly winds 10 to 20, gusting to 30 miles an hour with an 80% chance of getting rain. It should start before midnight, but it'll really be more apropos after midnight. And then for Friday, rain will occur throughout the entire morning hours. Now, it should start to transition into snow sometime between 10 and 3 in the afternoon. Could anytime in that time transition. More than likely it'll become all snow after 3 o'clock and linger into the early evening. High of 41, but it's going to be windy. It is going to be windy. A northeast wind at 10 to 15 in the morning will move to the west and be 25 to 30 miles an hour during the afternoon and gust up to 45. Chance of precipitation Friday, 80%. Cloudy, cold Friday night, low of 11 with winds coming out of that west-northwest. It'll make it feel like about 5 below by Saturday morning. Sunshine on Saturday, high of 25, but still breezy with wind chills not getting out of the teens. And then Saturday night, cloudy, low of 4 with wind chills again below 0. And then on the extended forecast does call for a little bit of snow by Sunday afternoon through Monday morning. Could be a little accumulation out of that snow, anywhere from, they're saying, a half inch to 2 inches right now. But it'll be bitterly cold. with lows -6 by Sunday night into Monday morning and -5 Monday morning into Tuesday morning from Monday night. So, and still breezy. So you're going to have wind chills, could be as low as -20. Brr. It's getting cold, guys. At the KSMO studios right now, though, not terrible. Not terrible, not yet. Today's going to be a pretty good day. The sun has finally made its way out. We do have a temperature reading of 27 degrees right now. We do still have winds that are out of south now at 6. 84% relative humidity. 29.80 inches of pressure. It's rising. Feels like about 19 right now at KSMO Radio with lots of blue sky and sunshine as those clouds have finally drifted off to our east-northeast. And there you have it at KSMO. That look at weather brought to you by all of us here at KSMO. Coming up next, agribusiness news. The Missouri Report for the Brownfield Farm Market Network, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Salem, Missouri.
I'm Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. Connected Energy, the Clean Fuels Conference, is the annual event for supporters of biodiesel, renewable diesel, and sustainable aviation fuel. Learn more at cleanfuelsconference.org. Companion bills have been introduced in the Missouri legislature to modify how waters of the state is defined. State Senator Rusty Black is a sponsor of the bill.
It's important for us as we make our decisions on our farms and on our lands to know what kind of places do we need to go get permitting and where do we not need to go get permitting. And that's what I'm trying to clarify with this language.
He says the bill narrows the waters of the state definition to better align with the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling on the waters of the United States rule, basically eliminating the gray areas.
Would this pond on my farm in Caldwell County be part of the waters of the state or not? Because in this information, we talk about relatively permanent, standing, and continuously flowing waters within our state.
Black says the U.S. Supreme Court's decision took a lot of regulatory authority away from the EPA and gave that authority back to the states. Representative Dean Van Scoik, the sponsor of the House's version of the bill, tells Brownfield the definition might be subject to change.
Depending on what the testimony is in committee and what the parties come to after that testimony, if we decide that it needs to be tweaked, we'll be willing to do that.
He says the bill is expected to originate in the House's Ag Policy Committee. Black says the Senate's version of the bill hasn't been assigned to a committee yet. A chief commodities economist with StoneX Group says he's anticipating a boost in U.S. corn and soybean production when USDA releases supply-demand data at the end of the week. Arlen Suderman tells Brownfield,
if we look at the average trade estimates, they're looking for a little bit of an increase in soybeans and a little bit of a decrease in corn. We still think there's a little bit more upside potential in the yield.
Suderman says demand adjustments are also expected, and it might not be positive news for the large supplies of U.S. grain and oil seeds. Suderman says he's also interested in seeing USDA's estimate on new crop soybean production in Brazil. USDA will release its January supply and demand, crop production, and quarterly stocks reports on Friday at 11 o'clock Central Time. The president of the Renewable Fuels Association says he's anxious for a rule allowing year-round E15 sales in 8 Midwestern states to be completed. Jeff Cooper tells Brownfield a review by the Office of Management and Budget is the final step.
Typically takes maybe a month or so. We've seen these rules reviewed in as little as 6 or 7 days before.
The EPA rule went to OMB in mid-December. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
If a baby is giggling in the back seat, they're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Cardinals broadcaster Ricky Horton. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back and on the fields in Jupiter, Florida. Spring Training 2024. It'll be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered and will be with you from the first pitch to the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark Sports Leader, KSMO.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Do It Right deals are going on now. K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find a Power Torque 6-piece screwdriver set priced at $17.99, a Schumacher 1.5 amp 12-volt battery charger maintainer for $35.99, and bring Best Brake Parts Clear 2 for $8. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store here in Salem.
Parts City, yeah, Parts City, Parts City.